to us about how you think about WhatsApp, the valuation as it relates to the broader world that is Facebook.
Hey, thanks, Taylor. Thanks for having me. Yes, you exactly put it right. As in, it's been 6 years since Facebook acquired the second largest platform for social media. That's WhatsApp. And today, still, WhatsApp is still the second largest platform in terms of number of users. There are more than 2 billion monthly active users on WhatsApp. And still, Facebook hasn't yet made significant inroads in making money off of WhatsApp's significantly large user base. But I think we put out a note earlier this week saying we think that Facebook is on the cusp of monetizing users, particularly in India and Brazil, as showcasing how they can make money off of not just advertising, but payments and commerce. There are things that have happened in the last 6 to 9 months, which makes me feel confident that over the next 3 to 4 years, we are going to see accelerating revenues, accelerating monetization from roughly 500 million users that use WhatsApp very regularly in India and Brazil.
I am curious because you've mentioned India and Brazil. Why have they been able to show progress there? Does that translate into progress here in the U.S.?
As far as India and Brazil is concerned, the key hypothesis there is WhatsApp could be that one super app that is the gateway to entire mobile payments and mobile commerce and mobile advertising ecosystem in those two countries. In U.S., we still don't have that concept of a super app where we use Amazon for shopping, Google for search, YouTube for something, and so on and so forth. But in outside of U.S., outside of Western countries, say in China or in India, there are these notions where there is one gateway app. In China, there are maybe 2 or maybe 3 apps that most of the people use to find other services, other products. In India and Brazil, WhatsApp is trying to be that super app, probably at a number 2 or maybe a number 3 position that unlocks many more ways for the company to make money. For example, in India, they just got a license to be a payment provider to all the users on the system. That's a very significant development. In Brazil, they have received the license, but again, there have been some false starts there. But we are closely monitoring that development in Brazil. So that said, beyond advertising, the market is huge, and I think WhatsApp is ready to monetize that.
How stiff, though, is that competition? You mentioned some of the behemoths that we're going up against, an Alipay, a WeChat, the big Chinese companies that have already created that, quote, super app. Are they already dominant? How does a WhatsApp start to make inroads?
In India and Brazil, I think we are paying close attention to. There are a couple things. One is Google Pay. Google's payment backbone is used in India. It is probably a number 3 player right now. The number 2 player is a local company called Paytm, and number 1 is a company that is owned by Walmart, and that's called as PhonePe. So there are companies, but there is no Chinese super app, and there is no company that is as large as WhatsApp in terms of users. So having a sticky base of users, in my opinion, is part of an obvious secret sauce that would help WhatsApp win the incumbents in India. In Brazil, it is still open green field. There is no WeChat or Alipay there. Neither are there any local incumbents, which makes it probably easier for WhatsApp to win that market over the longer term.